guys, and welcome back to my nail journal. So today we're going to talk about taking Nailfies, how I do them, all of my tips and tricks. I wrote notes. Are you proud of me? You have your nails done. They look great. What's the first thing you want to do after that? Wash your hands. Wash your hands because all the prepping and all the alcohol wiping, and then if you soaked before, all the acetone has now officially dried your skin way out. So wash your hands, and then I like to use sugar scrub from Forever Dip. This just brings a lot of moisture back into my hands, and it will exfoliate the skin as well. I really like her sugar scrubs. I don't have to use much to get the moisture that I need back. It smells really good, and it just feels really good after you're done. It leaves your hands feeling so soft. It's one of my absolute favorite products from her. After scrubbing my hands with a sugar scrub, I dry them off, and then I obviously apply cuticle oil. And there's different cuticle oils you can use. I showed you a little clip of me using this one from Dahlia, and those are like the little sticks that you can put in your purse and travel with you, or you can use the like dropper bottles. This one is from Candy Skincare. There's other things you can use to help bring moisture back, but keep in mind the reason why I use a baby wipe to wipe my nails after applying oil is because I want to make sure there's no residue on my nails, because I need the nails to be as shiny as possible for the pictures. So that's why I recommend using just cuticle oil before pictures. Other things used to moisturize would be like this awesome cuticle balm from Jude Nails It. This will leave a residue, a little bit of like a waxy residue. And then the same thing with this hand and cuticle cream from Forever Dipped, and also the lotion bar from Dream Dips, which was my last video. I showed you guys how to use that. These can leave a little bit of a waxy, like lotiony residue on the nails, and I don't want to mess up the shine. So before pictures, I just like to use just cuticle oil and then wipe with a baby wipe to make sure that there's no residue from the oil even. And this just ensures that they are as shiny as they can possibly be before pictures. The next thing you want to do before taking pictures is wipe your camera off. That seems something that's like really simple. It's really easy to forget to do, but it does make a big difference. Make sure that your camera lens is completely wiped down and free of any type of fingerprints or anything, because you need the pictures to be as clear and as sharp as possible to get all the details of the nails up close. So I know I'm going to get questions about like what camera I use, and I literally just use my phone. It's a Xiaomi Mi 19 Pro, but I think they changed the name to Redmi K20. I'll insert a little clip right here of what this camera is. So the only reason why I'm even telling you about my phone, I just want to tell you about the camera, because I know people ask what camera do you use and what kind of megapixels is it and all that. So I literally just used my phone. All the specs that I just showed you, that's all I use. So lighting for any type of photography or videography that you do is super important. You can use natural lighting, you can use a ring light, which is what I'm using right now to film this. You can use lamps. I'll show you different examples of different lighting. So like here's a picture of my nails in natural lighting. This is the best lighting in my opinion. Natural lighting is what you want to use if you can. Here's an example of my nails under a LED light bulb that's in my kitchen. It's pretty good, but it's not as good as the natural lighting. And the LED lights, even like the ring light, for example, here's an example picture of the ring light. Sometimes those can be so bright, or they can kind of put off the colors of the nails. Natural lighting is just the best way to get the colors to stay true to color in real life and get all those crisp details that you need. So the first thing I do is I shut AI off and turn on HDR, because I'll use this macro zoom to take pictures of my nails. But I have this tree here. Usually it's obviously full, but it's wintertime, and that creates enough shade. But still, this spot by the tree is usually where I go. And I just zoom in, and you can just kind of twirl around until you get lighting that you know is going to be good. Move around to different spots outside. Make sure that there's nothing really in your background. Like, I don't want toys and this fireplace there, or obviously the air conditioner. So just pay attention to your background. I put it on HDR because when it's zoomed in like this, you want to catch all those details. And I take AI off because if I turn that on, sometimes AI will treat the colors a little weird. Sometimes it works with me, sometimes it just kind of brightens everything up because it's trying to, it'll sometimes, like, if certain colors, it'll see how it turned into like a plant up there. Certain colors, it'll think my nails are a plant, and it just like switches up the color of stuff, and you want the colors to be as true to color as possible. So that's why I kind of turn the AI off. With inside photos, when you're using a ring light, you just want to make sure that the light isn't too bright because it's pretty easy to do that. And if you want to, because your nails need to be like the focus of the photo, you can turn on your grids to kind of help you keep that in the center. So that makes it a little bit easier to make sure that your nails are in the center. Okay, so you have your photo, now what? So I do edit my photos. I don't think it's a bad thing to edit your photos. The whole point of editing, again, is just to make sure everything is true to color and that it's crisp and clear. So, for example, I will sharpen it sometimes to make sure that glitter shows up really well. If it's too bright or too dark, I'll adjust the brightness. If, like, my camera really brighten the colors up, I can mess with contrast and all of that. And I don't fault people for wanting to erase, like, boo-boos. You guys know I've expressed it many times that I anxiety bite. Sometimes my camera will hide it by itself. But if it's visible, I feel like that's really distracting, and I will come through and erase any like open wounds or scabs that I might have done to myself. Because again, there's nothing wrong with doing that. And the whole point is to make sure that the nails are center focus. So no, I'm not like erasing where I have some dry skin right here because that's really tedious and it's too close and it's hard to do that unless you're like really good at Photoshop. I don't find a point in that. I'm just talking about if I have anxiety bitten and literally ripped my skin open, that's going to distract from the nail picture itself. So that's what I do. And so then I'll save that. And I make sure that I immediately delete the other one because the other one is the unedited version. And so now let's show you watermarking. So I use Fonto. Fonto I feel like is just the easiest. So you want to load up your image. And all I do is I type in my Instagram handle. So Kayla's Nail Journal. And then you can tilt it, minimize the size, and you want to put this in a way where it's by the nails, so that way it'd be really hard to Photoshop if somebody was to try and like steal this picture. But you don't want it to, again, take away from the actual nail art being the center of the focus. So watermarking is super important because people can steal your photos and claim that that's their work. They can use that in advertisement, and that is against FTC laws. They can't take your content, your property, and try to use that for advertisement without your permission. So I really do like to stress watermarking. Even if you don't like have an Instagram or anything, even if it's just putting like your name or your initials, anything, it's the same thing as if, like, you guys know Bob Ross, right? Bob Ross always signed his paintings when he was done. It's the exact same concept. You are signing your artwork every time. So just keep that in mind. Fonto is a really easy one to use, and you can curve. I feel like some people get confused whether or not you can curve your watermark on Fonto, but yeah, you go over here to curving, and literally that's it. You can adjust this all kinds of different ways. That's all you need to do to curve it. So just go to Style, switch over to Curving, and that's all you need to do. Anyway, there you go. That's the tutorial for Fonto. There you guys go. There is how I take my Nailfie pictures. I hope that really helps, and now that you're all done and know what to do, post. And when you do post, make sure that you include information of what brand you used and what colors you used, because people will look at your Instagram almost as if it's a catalog. So they'll see your photo, they like it, they're going to look in the description, and they know that that is that's hot from Jude Nails It, and they know exactly what color to get because of that. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!